Hey survivors and thrivers, it's sophilialarkwoodbury of thehappymedium.com. Now, with the recent outbreak of the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic, we see that anxiety, panic, and fear are at an all-time high. I want to show you how to focus on your internal capacity to create a sense of calm and to organize your life, even though the outside world right now is uncontrollable and unpredictable. For the best trauma recovery tips, tools, and strategies, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll always be in the know when I upload new videos every Wednesday. Hey everyone, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am a licensed professional counselor, a trauma survivor, and a certified clinical trauma specialist, helping people and organizations resolve the effects of trauma and build resilience. So trauma is really about two things: unpredictability and the lack of trust. These two things are really what's driving the anxiety and the fear and the panic that we see in society right now. The fear of the unknown, not knowing from one minute to the next what to expect. Every time we turn on the TV, there's a new development, and it's typically not in a good way. Things have grown worse. The unpredictability due to the novelty of the coronavirus. So we don't really know what this is. It's brand new. We've never really, I'm gonna be honest with you. Until about a month or two ago, I had no idea what a coronavirus was. I didn't even know that coronaviruses were actually common, and one of them was the common cold. Never heard of it. Also, misinformation from the government creates this lack of trust and this unpredictability. Conflict amongst the experts as to what's the next direction, how do we move on from here. Those kinds of things drive fear. Why do those things drive fear? They drive fear because there is no sense of control. Because you can't control what's going out there in the world, it drives a sense of panic. An exotic threat like coronavirus raises anxiety levels because, unlike the flu, the unfamiliarity causes the amygdala, which is the fear center of our brain, to go into fight or flight mode. And we go into fight or flight mode, but we don't know what we're really fighting. We don't know where to flee, how to cure it. So we panic. And when we're in panic mode, we start operating out of that with such fear. We start doing things like stockpiling toilet paper, hand sanitizer, buying up all the canned goods, being mean to people, those kinds of things, because we can't control what's out there, and that internally reflects what we can't control out there. And so we're not controlling ourselves very well. So if there's one piece of advice that I would give you, if I could only say do this, that would be make your internal world predictable. I'm talking about inside of you and inside of your home. Make it predictable. That's the only thing that you're able to control at this point. So how do you do this? The first thing I would say is create a visual schedule. You know those things that you create for your kids and you put them on the refrigerator or the wall somewhere in the house where everybody can see it? It's time for you to start doing that, because guess what? Your predictability has gone out of the window. And you need to recreate that to be able to bring some semblance of control back into your life, so you know what you're waking up to. I'm waking up to, okay, I'm going to cook breakfast. I'm going to spend time with my family. We're going to have a conversation around the dinner table. And then at 8 o'clock, everybody's going to get ready and we're going to go take a car ride or whatever, and maybe take a morning walk. When we come back, maybe I'll hop on Zoom and I'll talk to some of my friends, or maybe I'll just sit down and read a book. You need to plan out your day. Create some predictability so that you can say, okay, at least in my house, at least I know what's going to go on. I know what we're going to have for breakfast. I know what we're going to have for lunch. I know what we're going to have for dinner. I know who I'm going to pick up the phone and call today. Maybe we're going to talk about the TV show that's on, what we think about it. Getting back, adapting to the circumstances, creating a schedule for the now. Even if this is not going to last for forever, we know that it's not. But this is a great lesson in adaptability, if there ever was one. This is a great lesson to Adjust to the times. Get something going to where you can say, okay, this is my life right now, and this is what I have to do. And the last couple of things that I would suggest to you is to update or time block for updates. Make sure that you time block for updates, which means set a specific time. So we talked about that visual schedule in the first part here. And now we're going to put in that visual schedule an actual time to get updates from the news. You want to time block that because you don't want to be sitting around all day looking at the news, increasing anxiety, increasing fear, and that lack of control. As soon as they say something, you run to the store and get acetaminophen, or, because you're watching for every little thing, and that is anxiety provoking, anxiety inducing. And so you definitely want to block out time. And once you're done getting your updates, turn the TV off, turn the internet off. You're done for today. The other thing that I want to say is, which I put this one last because I think this is very important. And it's probably the most important thing, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to create a schedule or, time block for updates and all that kind of stuff. You need to nurture yourself. This is a life-changing time for the world. But on the individual level, we've got to make sure that we take care of ourselves. Self-nurturing. Think about where you are feeling this panic and this fear and this anxiety somatically in your body. Some people say, for me, personally, I always feel a lot of anxiety right here in my shoulders. They're kind of tight right now. Some people say, I feel it in my gut, or I feel it in my chest. Wherever you feel it. Some people have headaches. Identify the area of the fear. Take a few deep breaths. And then begin to show yourself compassion. I'm okay in this moment. I'm not in any danger right now. And even if I do feel like I'm in danger, it's okay for me to have my feelings. It's okay for me to feel scared. It's okay for me to be afraid. A lot of people are afraid, and I'm one of them. Or you may say something like, many people in this world are working hard to make life better, and I'm grateful for that. We have some shining lights in all of this darkness. Dr. Fauci, the governor of New York, those are some gems that we have. People that we're beginning to trust to tell us the truth, even if the truth isn't what we really like. We're talking about flattening the curve, and if we don't get to that point, there's going to be a lot of devastation, unnecessary devastation. But that is really what I would recommend. Creating that visual schedule, blocking out time to get your updates, and cutting that time off when you're done, and then nurturing yourself, speaking to your inner child as if you would speak to your own child. Your child comes running to you, Mom, Dad, what do I do? I'm scared. Is this thing going to get me? What's going to happen? And think about how you would encourage that child, and do the same thing for yourself. Practicing these tips will help you to significantly reduce your level of distress and anxiety, and hopefully put you in a position to be able to make decisions that will keep you safe. Now, if you are feeling sick, you feel like you may be coming down with an illness, maybe you're not sure what it is, but with COVID going around, obviously a lot of people are concerned about that. Contact your PCP. Do that first. Don't go to the hospital. Don't potentially expose yourself to the virus. Contact them, let them direct you where to go. And we know that testing is limited. And so if you don't need to go to the ER, it'd probably be best that you don't. And then also, a lot of people are saying that, this is really overwhelming. And, I've heard of cases where people feel suicidal, or they feel like they may want to hurt someone else. If you are in that position, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call 911. You can also call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline or the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration Distress Hotline. I'll put those numbers there on the screen for you, and you can have that to be able to create a sense of calm and safety for yourself and hopefully get back on the right track. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to check me out on Instagram. I also talk about spiritual approaches to healing complex PTSD and trauma. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment below to let me know what your biggest takeaway was today. And be sure to subscribe by hitting that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you'll never miss a video when I upload new videos every single Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you so much for joining me. See you later. Bye-bye.